The Texas Inspector's secret checklist revealed. So, this looks like the perfect Texas dream home, right? It's got the wraparound porch, the big yard, everything you've been saving in your Zillow favorites. But what if I told you a $30,000 problem is hiding in plain sight? And it's something the generic checklist most first-time buyers use will miss completely. Those home inspection checklists you can download online, they're fine for other states. But here in Texas, our homes are in constant battle with the ground itself. They're fighting our notorious expansive clay soil. They're baking in brutal 100-degree summers, and they're getting hammered by hailstorms that can shred years off a roof's lifespan. That generic list isn't going to cut it. It won't save you from the expensive, soul-crushing problems I see Texas families discover after they've already moved in. The kind of issues that turn a dream home into a total money pit. Today, I'm not giving you another generic list. I'm pulling back the curtain on the secret checklist. This is what a seasoned Texas inspector is actually looking for. These are the 5 critical areas where a tiny detail can signal a massive expense. Knowing them is the only way to protect your biggest investment. And if you stick around, I'll share the #1 mistake even savvy buyers make with brand new homes in Texas. If you are looking to buy a home in Texas and want someone that gets these risks from the inside out, this is what I live and breathe. All of my contact information is in the description below. Call, text, or email me anytime. I am here to help you navigate this process and find a great home without those catastrophic surprises. It's more than just cracks. The first and foremost important secret is all about the ground your house sits on, the foundation. Now, the classic mistake buyers make is just looking for big obvious cracks in the concrete. They'll do a lap around the house, see a slab that looks clean, and check the box. In Texas, that's a dangerously incomplete approach. Here's the hidden Texas problem. Our state is infamous for expansive clay soil, especially in the corridor from San Antonio up through Austin and Dallas. The soil acts like a sponge. When it rains, it swells up, and during a drought, it shrinks and creates gaps. This means your house isn't just sitting still. It's being lifted and dropped in slow motion year after year. And the result of missing the signs? We're not talking about a little patch job. Foundation repairs can easily run from $5,000 to $12,000, and major structural work can soar past $25,000. It's one of the single most expensive repairs you can face as a homeowner. So here's the inspector's secret. We're not just looking for cracks, we're hunting the symptoms of movement all over the house. First, any exterior crack in the brick or slab wider than 1/4 inch is a red flag. But the real clues are inside. Are the doors that stick on the top or refuse to latch? That's a classic sign the door frame has been warped by a shifting foundation. Do you see diagonal cracks shooting off the corners of windows and doorways? That's a telltale sign of stress. We also look for gaps where the brick is pulling away from window frames or where a chimney is leaning away from the wall. An inspector will also use specialized tools to see if the floors are level. The ultimate secret here is that drainage is a huge part of the foundation system. We check to make sure the ground slopes away from the house and that the gutter downspouts dump water at least 5 feet from the slab. If water pulls against the foundation, it kicks off that whole destructive soil swelling cycle. If you see these signs, don't guess. The next step is to call a specialist, a structural engineer, or dedication foundation company to get a full evaluation before your option period is up. The roof, aged by heat, not just by years. Secret number 2 is all about what's over your head, the roof. The common mistake is seeing the seller's disclosure that says the roof is only 10 years old and figuring you've got another 10 to 15 years left. Now, it might be a safe bet in other states, but the hidden Texas problem is our weather. A roof here doesn't just get old, it gets assaulted. The intense summer heat literally bakes the asphalt shingles, making them brittle. Then there's the hail. Texas consistently leads the country in hail events and insurance claims. A 10-year-old roof in Texas might have taken more of a beating than a 20-year-old roof in a milder climate. And the consequences of missing this? A sudden 5-figure surprise. A full roof replacement for a typical asphalt shingle roof in Texas can easily cost between $10,000 and $20,000. If you wait until you see a leak in the ceiling, you're also paying for drywall repair, potential mold remediation, and a giant headache you never budgeted for. This brings us to the inspector's secret. We look past the age and zero on the condition. An inspector gets on the roof to look for hail damage, which can look like dark bruises or divots on the shingles. We look for shingles that are curling up on the edges or have major granule loss. That's the sandpaper-like stuff that protects the shingle from the sun. If you see gutters full of those granules, the roof is on its last legs. Another huge giveaway is the flashing, the metal strips around the chimneys, vents, and skylights. This is where most leaks start. If the sealant around the flashing is old, cracked, and pulling away, it's just asking for water to get in. A good inspector also heads into the attic to check for water stains on the underside of the roof decking and to make sure there's enough ventilation. A poorly ventilated attic traps heat, which basically cooks the shingles from the inside out and dramatically shortens the roof's life. The HVAC. It's about capacity, not just cold air. Secret number 3 is about the system that keeps you from going insane during Texas summer. Your HVAC. The common mistake is incredibly simple. A buyer turns on the AC, feels cold air, and says, "Yep, it works." Check. The hidden Texas problem is that working in 105-degree August afternoon are two totally different things. Our AC units don't just run, they run a full blast for months on end. A system that's undersized, old, or has leaky ducts might feel cool on an 80-degree day, but it will fail you when you need it most. The result of this oversight is a brutal 1-2 punch. First, you'll have sky-high electricity bills all summer as the unit runs nonstop without ever cooling the house. Second, you'll be staring at a full HVAC replacement, which in Texas commonly cost anywhere from $7,000 for a basic system to over $15,000 for a higher efficiency unit, especially if the ductwork needs to be fixed too. So here's the inspector's secret. We do more than just see if it turns on. A great inspector measures the temperature differential, or delta T. We measure the air temperature going into the return vent and compare it to the air coming out of the supply vent. A healthy system should have a difference about 15 to 20 degrees. Anything less points to a problem with the refrigerants, the compressor, or the airflow. We also get in the attic and inspect the ductwork for leaks or bad insulation. Leaky ducts in a 140-degree attic mean you're paying for air conditioning for your attic. We check the outdoor unit to make sure the coils are clean and not suffocated by bushes, and we always check the age. In Texas, the HVAC system over 12 to 15 years is old, is living on borrowed time. As a rule of thumb, if a repair costs more than half the price of a new unit, it's usually smarter to replace it. If this is the kind of detail you find helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. If you're looking to buy a home in Texas and want someone that gets these risks from the inside out, this is what I live and breathe. All my contact information is in the description below. Call, text, or email me anytime. I'm here to help you navigate this process and find a great home without those catastrophic surprises. My entire goal is to give every Texas buyer the insider knowledge you need to make a smart, confident move. I'm about to cover 2 more critical secrets, including the myth about new construction that could save you a fortune. All right, secret number 4 isn't a checklist item. It's a critical warning. The new construction myth. The mistake is one of the most common I see. Buyers assume that because a home is brand new, it's perfect. They think it just passed all the city inspections, so why would I pay for another one? They trust the builder and skip the independent inspection to save a few $100s. Here's the hidden Texas problem. The builders and the city inspectors are checking for minimum compliance, not quality. They confirm the house won't fall down or immediately catch fire, but they don't guarantee good workmanship. With the rush to build homes quickly, subcontractors can make mistakes. I see it every single week. Improperly installed flashing that will cause leaks, HVAC ducts disconnected in the attic, plumbing vents that aren't sealed, and even entire walls with missing insulation. And the consequence, by the time you discover these problems, your 1-year builder warranty has often expired. That disconnected duct that was supposed to be cooling your bedroom, that's your problem now. The slow leak behind a shower wall that has caused hidden mold, your repair bill. These are fixes that can run into the thousands, all because the issue wasn't caught before the closing. So the inspector's secret here is simple and non-negotiable. Always get a full independent inspection, even on a brand new home. We are your advocate. We aren't checking for code. We're checking for quality and completeness. We get in the attic and make sure every duct is connected. We test every outlet, open every window, and run every appliance. Spending $500 on an inspection for a new build can easily save you $5,000 in repairs down the road. It's the best insurance policy you can buy. The one more thing, bonus secret. Okay, you've been diligent, you've used the secret checklist, and you're feeling good. Here's one last pro tip that almost nobody thinks about. Before you sign on the dotted line, you need to check what's happening around your property, not just on it. The mistake is falling in love with the house and the quiet street as it is today, without thinking about what it will be tomorrow. The hidden Texas problem is rapid development. That beautiful patch of woods behind your new backyard, it might be zoned for a new apartment complex. That quiet 2-lane road in the front of the neighborhood, it could be slated to become a 4-lane thoroughfare. The consequence is loss of peace, quiet, and even property value that you never saw coming. So the final inspector's secret is to think beyond your property lines. Check the city or county zoning maps and long-term development plans, which are often on their planning department website. See what's planned for the vacant land nearby. Another powerful free tool is the USDA Web Soil Survey. In just a few minutes, this online tool can tell you exactly what kind of soil your house is built on, confirming you're on that problematic, expansive clay we talked about earlier. This is the kind of due diligence that turns good purchase into a great one. So that's it. The Texas Inspector's Checklist. Look, it's not about finding a perfect home because no home is perfect. It's about understanding the specific risks that come with owning a home in Texas. It's about knowing the difference between a minor $100 fix and a major $20,000 disaster. Focus on the foundation symptoms, not just the cracks. Scrutinize the roof's condition, not just its age. Test the HVAC's capacity, not its just ability to blow cold air. And never, ever assume a new home is a perfect home. Buying a house is a huge deal, but you don't have to go into it blindfolded. If you're looking to buy a home in Texas and want someone that gets these risks from the inside out, this is what I live and breathe. All of my contact information is in the description below. Call, text, or email me anytime. I'm here to navigate this process and find a great home without all these catastrophic surprises. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.